Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Hello. iPad.
Hello.
iPad.
Hi.
iPad 2. iPad 3.
Also, hello.
When will they stop numbering the iPads?
About after 3. That's when they. Well, no, they got up to 4 with the phone.
4.
Next one will be iPad 360.
Then they can call the fifth one the 5-pad.
iPad U.
Pad 6.
iPad the next generation.
I can't believe they wouldn't number the damn things.
Can we segue into games? TalkRadar 161.
iPad.
What?
But I want to watch
see?
iPad and Robin.
iPad and Robin.
iPad Darkened Moon.
You guys are on Sexy Fire. Yo! What are we talking about today? I already forgot.
Video games.
Why do I have 2 transport? That's ridiculous. There's no need for that. We're talking about video games, Charlie Barrett.
Top
You're
7
joining
video
us
games.
for Top 7. People are going to talk
may
about new
sneeze
stuff.
and everybody's
Staying for 7
Brett
minutes.
may talk about...
Resident Evil, The Mercenaries, 3D.
That was totally necessary.
So many words.
I love he says every word of the title.
Hi, I'm Chris Antista and stuff.
I'm Michael Raparez and also stuff.
I'm still Brett Elson, despite
Anybody?
all my efforts.
I am Stuff.
I am
Charlie
Henry.
Barrett.
I am Henry Gilbert in things.
Henry Gilbert things.
I think I have a VHS player.
Bed Bath and Gilbert.
Fucking weird week. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. Yep. Weird week.
What'd you guys do this weekend? My girlfriend broke up with me.
Thought we're going to go right into that.
feel
No,
like-
I just had to... What, what's
I
up?
feel like that happened to me too.
Did it? Why?
No, I feel like that your breakup happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
kind of, yeah. I felt...
You're the one I felt for the most when
I
this
felt
went down.
sad
Me
as
too.
well. I was going to joke. I thought
I
when you...
thought it might not take, but then I twittered about it's my I think any of our first public breakup.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you...
What? What? Yeah, we're not
you
gonna-
made it public.
I made a joke about it. It could have meant anything. It could have meant anything, and then people speculated and asked her and a publicist. There was room maybe to wiggle and get back together, but since a couple of you guys asked my girlfriend, she
Not me. I
she
did-
sent a public tweet
didn't
yes,
say
I can
shit.
confirm the relationship.
I was
is-
totally silent.
No, not you.
You mean our audience?
Yeah, our audience. Our fans, my Twitter followers. I just thought that was sort of insane.
I guess they want you all to themselves.
No, well,
They want you to be happy.
yeah, you got me. Let's get through this
They
without
want you to
crying.
be adventurous again, like Peter Parker was before he married Mary Jane.
Yeah, we did. This is all Mephisto's fault for unmarrying you guys.
I'm sorry.
So,
That's
yeah,
hard.
it does really suck.
Felt like crying
But
all
now
day.
you get to bang the black cat.
Black cat.
It's much better.
What's that?
He's carrying on the Spider-Man.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's always been hotter than Mary Jane.
You know what?
Eh,
The only thing that'll make me feel better in this situation. Side bite music. There we go. Now it's time to do a show.
I was going to joke and say you had a bad weekend because you saw Cars 2.
I didn't. I saw a bunch of movies on my own though.
Yeah, I think Mike Grimm's weekend was just as bad as yours because he saw Cars too.
And he liked it.
I was so cool with the breakup, and I'm not going to go into all of that situation yet. Who knows? Maybe it's salvageable.
You went into everything else.
I would, but not at this juncture. Not right now.
She won't
my
listen to the
fault.
podcast.
No,
Fuck.
that would be a bad.
I would like
idea.
to counsel you not to, Chris.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
No,
I'm not gonna.
I think you should radio silence was the right.
Oh no, I was saying what I was feeling because I went and saw a bunch of movies. First day I hung out with friends, like, fuck this, who needs this? And I go and see movies. Don't go see movies by yourself after a breakup, because then I get out and the credits are over and so's my bottle of whiskey and I'm alone. And then you just get to watch all the other lonely hearts who stumble out of the movie alone. You're like, wow.
You can ask them what they thought of the movie.
Oh God, am I gonna wear a promotional hat for the rest of my life like this guy? Or what about Stumbly? I don't want to be that guy either.
Well, was any of the other lonely hearts in there a beautiful woman?
No.
Watching Cars 2.
Super 8. I needed some excitement music.
Oh, yeah, your weekend really did suck. You watched that.
That was all right.
It was good. It was good. It was very, I don't know, such a calculated.
Yeah,
Spielberg
that's why I
Very
couldn't.
calculated.
I feel like I should love it, but instead I just admire how calculated and textbook excellent it is. But I don't feel
textbook good.
But I don't feel any attachment to it. But I know it is a great movie.
But
I don't either.
But the fact that I don't feel that attachment to means it's not a great movie. It's just trying very hard to be a great movie.
I forget who said it. Somebody said it on Twitter. The third act lasts 45 seconds, and now they're going to be nice and friend. What the fuck happened? It's over now. It's over.
I don't know. I thought it was people were saying, oh, this is the best original film of the summer. I was like, it's not original.
Well, at least it's original concept. Give it some credit.
There's some originality in there.
Jesus.
There's probably not an original shot in the entire thing.
Let's get through this with some optimism.
What about, if I may pose you, call the movie Mean Tea.
Oh, X-Men First Class, which I loved. But I really loved the Inception music that played throughout. I thought that was an admirable choice. The I don't even have the horn anymore, but is that going to be the new soundtrack? Every trailer had a giant, what's instrument?
It is the new soundtrack. I think that was the Battlefield 3 soundtrack as well.
Yeah, I remember it in a couple of E3 trailers.
It's weird.
Well, this weekend I got sick and didn't go to the Pride Parade, which I had meant to.
Aww. I wanted to go to the Pride. You were supposed to call me. We could have prided it up.
Well, I thought after Saturday you might not want to do stuff.
No, I was doing stuff on Saturday. That's back when I didn't care.
Sunday morning you might not want to have might not be in a fun-loving mood to watch gays walk down the street.
Oh, dude, I love it. It was love in the air. And flying out of windows.
I feel like there was a small amount of jealousy on their part because they want to celebrate being California gays, and here in New York legalized, beat them to the punch the day before.
Yeah, dude, that Empire State Building and the rainbow colors. That was awesome.
That was really sweet.
That was insane.
I like that.
I didn't know they could do it that fast. Shit.
Maybe they had to prepare just in case.
Yeah? Yeah, they probably knew it was coming.
Well, I mean, it's Pride Weekend there, too. It was a national
So we've talked
Pride
about Super 8 and San Francisco Pride Weekend.
All right. Yep. Sorry. This
games,
is
guys.
Video games podcast. Boy, do we have a lot of them on the list. Some game deals, and you guys played shit, and suicide, and... all right. Top 7 something, right?
Charlie?
Yeah, it's the top 7 best games of 2011 so far.
Oh! I'll tell you what didn't make it. Let's see what didn't make it.
Yeah, what didn't make it, Chris?
This is...
Killzone.
No, that is a no for Killzone.
Black Ops.
We got a no for Black Ops.
Black Ops was last year.
Black Ops wouldn't be on the list.
Yeah, I have it listed as Brack Ops, and I just want to see what's his nuts from Space Ghost.
Also,
Shadows of the Damned.
Shadows of the Damned did not make it.
It's true.
Instead, a bunch of titles.
Little Big Planet 2 didn't make it.
The what?
Little Big Planet 2.
Yeah, that was a 10 that did not make the list.
Michael gave his blessing.
It's a 10 for Little Big Planet fans.
Oh, I see.
For everyone else, it's probably... It all depends on how much time you want to spend creating shit.
I'd say...
If you're not interested at all, it's like a 7 or an 8. And if you're an 8 or a 9, let's be fair, I bet.
I was going to be fair and be like a 0.
Something about for Little Big Planet fans. I know. I guess every game is for its fans, but
I have a
we're
feeling
going to make
0
this just for Little Big Planet fans.
0 is what you might also give our number 7 entry.
Ooh, wait.
No, I wouldn't give it a 0.
I give it like a
I don't
6.
even know if we should talk about this one even.
Not Duke Nukem, not Crysis 2.
Boring.
The reason we do it in June, the last 3 years, is because it is the halfway mark.
Indeed.
July 1st marks half of the year is over.
6 months down, 6 months to go.
Yeah.
It's our way of telling the industry these are games to beat.
And you know what? Last year's was our game of the year.
Oh, wow.
I think
Sure
this
was.
year it might very well be as well.
Oh, no. I really didn't like
The
this
top
list.
7's not as strong as the 7 games aren't.
Sorry, Charlie.
The 7 games aren't as strong as they were last year. Because last year the 7 were like almost the same games at the end of the year. But
Yeah,
the number
Red
one, I
Dead,
think.
Mario Galaxy 2.
All right, let's go. What's number 7?
L.A. Noir?
LA Noir. Oh, damn it. Where's my sound?
L.A. No Irie.
Oh, really? You're still fucking on that shit?
Michael, how'd you get that song on the top 7?
I really pushed for it.
Yeah, I think Shadows of the Dam should have been on there.
I disagree. I've been playing
I
that
love
game.
LA
It is
Noire.
no LA.
I liked it being number 7 because it's obviously some people are going to think it's like a 9 or 10, and some people are going to think it's a
6
5
or
or 6.
7.
And some people, this is going to go off. in
Yeah,
their
it should
heads.
probably say the scores factored into our inclusion, but like they weren't a rigid guideline,
Yeah.
so that's why, for example, LBP2 isn't in there.
We'll figure that out come time for number 2 or 3 or there's an upset in here that I don't think
that's
the words have been the title of the game has been spoken on this program. but it's in there.
It did get a 10.
It did. I know. I know.
We've
Just tired of it. man.
We've
Tired.
chatted the shit out of this, and
Yeah.
every time I'm in the Vice cases now, and it's still every case I play, I'm just like I could talk for 3 hours about why this one case is terrible.
I disagree.
But I just
disagree.
But I'm still going through it. But I've actually wanted to quit it a couple of times now because I'm just really.
And it's definitely, I'm decided I'm not going
I know.
to 100% it. You know, I've
That's
100%
not
every
like-
GTA game that wasn't on a
That's not
PSP.
damning.
I
Just
did
you're
100%
I'm just saying, like-
it. I loved every second of it.
I'm just saying, like, for me, I always wanted 100% the main Rockstar games, and I just, like, got so close. All I needed was the film reels and the vehicles. I was like, it'd be like another 2 days. I can't give this game another 2 days.
No. All right.
I
I
love-
will say what happens in the arson cases is pretty neat, though.
I haven't played that one yet.
Yeah, why don't you calm down for
I
a
played
second?
the other two.
I
have
love
been-
many things. I love many things about it, but just as we've discussed, just several key gameplay components to me feel totally
I
busted.
haven't had time to finish it, but
What a great ending.
as per our previous conversation, I'm about to become a video game expert. Again. I'm gonna have all the
should
time
really
in the
know-
Oh,
world.
I was so close to being your gamer score, too. I'm like 100
Really?
points
Oh,
behind.
man. I finally...
Could you go on PS3 from now on?
What?
You really should see how that Star Trek Season 1 treats you.
Exactly. That's what I'm going
Man,
for.
That's perfect
that'll-
for a single man.
It'll lift,
Exactly.
lift your spirits.
That'll put everything right.
Yeah, it really it feels good to finally get to that.
Watch something from the 80s.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
free as a bird.
I
Remember that shitty Beatles?
I had the the
Should have stayed unreleased.
unreleased Beatles. What's
From
number
A
6?
Beatles C.
6 is Ocarina 3D, which is
Jesus,
I
wait.
still haven't cracked open my box yet.
I have. I played it. It's fun. It's cool.
it's. I mean,
There you go. All the people that were mad about Ocarina of Time not being number 1 on the 100 best games of all time. Here's your consolation, number 6 on the top
Shitty
7 best games
consolation
of
though.
2011 so
I
far.
feel like it should be disincluded just for.
I know,
don't know.
it's
But
a
they
re-
did so much.
it's a remake, but they
I know.
they drastically improved a game that was already
I
beloved so dearly. So I fully endorse putting it on here.
I had wanted to put for the 6th spot Outland. It's really good.
I really like it.
It's
but
really original. It's not. It doesn't break the mold. It's not like
Right.
a totally great game. It's just a
Yeah.
good game for this
I like
year.
the idea of there being an XBLA game on there or just a
Yeah.
downloadable game, but I thought about it, I was like, it's not a Braid or a Limbo or a Shadow
No, it's
Complex.
not a game changer or
It's just
anything like that. It's just
yeah.
it's just a nice, straightforward
yeah,
game.
I do like Outland.
Yeah, Outland's really
But
good.
it's not better than
Bloom
LA
County.
Noire.
I know, but we can't expect
Actually, it is
Berkeley to
better
go
than
back
LA
to that.
Noire, but
Ooh, oh.
Thanks, Hank.
Hey,
He's giving it to me.
No, I read a funny.
Is this about Zelda?
Yes, a funny bit of trivia about Zelda today.
Okay.
That when they originally designed it, they didn't know if they could make a world as big as like Hyrule Field and all that stuff, and they originally planned it instead for it to all take place in Ganon's castle, like Mario 64 all took place
God.
in Bowser's castle, and that. The only real remnant of that in the game now is the Forest Temple battle with Ganon in the fake Ganon in the paintings. Like apparently that was originally designed for the castle that they lived in. Then they figured out, oh, we can make something this expansive.
Wow.
But we don't have to, compartmentalize it that much.
That's nice.
Very impressive.
Which is part of the reason it was such a big deal at the time of opening up the idea of an not quite an open world, but definitely that
Pretty
sensation.
close.
That sensation of an open world was there. And the 3DS one just fixes a shitload of problems. It's totally worth playing, and if you were waiting to get a 3DS, it's worth it. If you've never played it, it's worth it. It's just absolutely worth playing.
It's great.
Regardless
Probably the
of
only thing that's worth $40 on that.
Yes.
platform right
Oh, definitely.
Oh boy.
I'd say Street Fighter's worth 40 if you like Street. No, it's more like 30.
Oh,
20.
You really think you're gonna play competitive on a handheld? I don't know.
No, it's just a good. Like I played it a lot by myself to practice to take it to the console version.
That's transferable. You think? Yeah. All right. Wait, I was going to segue. This is what Hank was talking about, but the Iwata Ask stuff on Nintendo's official website, really cool. Occasionally, and you have Iwata asking Miyamoto questions about Zelda, and he just, I don't know, something a theory I've been passing around this show, and obviously I have a sound effect to go with it. Otherwise, why would I bring it up? Iwata asks, when you make a Zelda game, how do you think about the story? Miyamoto says, the stories in The Legend of Zelda may not match up as the series progresses. We actually expend a lot of time trying to make them match up, though. It would make things a lot easier if the players was like, oh, that doesn't really matter. And I agree. Like, it doesn't. You don't need to find a connection to another game in order to enjoy this game. And it's like, Iwata laughs. I not have a laugh sound effect? Come on, man.
And Bison laughing?
There we go. Iwata laughs and says, you would rather spend your time and energy in making game elements rather than a story. Miyamoto says that's right. Sometimes people ask whether Yoshi is a boy or a girl. If I answer probably a boy, then they say, so a boy is laying eggs. And Iwata also.
Iwata!
I really didn't want to correct you because I didn't want to throw you off
I was
course,
trying.
but
How do you say it?
Iwata.
Iwata?
Yeah.
Iwata-san.
Iwata. Miyamoto says, but the moment I say Yoshi lays eggs, so Yoshi must be a girl, they'll say, well, then Yoshi's voice needs to be a girl, but I want to make video games without having to worry about such background info. Boom. Take the animated series Popeye, for example, and old cartoons like those.
He loves Popeye.
The roles of the
Popeye lays eggs, and he doesn't.
No. The roles of the characters were different every time, and to this I say yes.
That does make some sense.
It does make sense because I don't know. I'm finding like almost worth writing an article on the parallels between Nintendo and the Disney company. But they are cartoon characters in that, like, Mario, in some respect, is whatever he needs to be in order to make this gameplay element work. To make this to sell this premise. He's a tennis pro. He's a soccer star.
He likes to party.
I don't mind it for Mario, but it's Zelda where it's all about a legend and a story, and they want to have these continued relationships between Ganon, Link, and Zelda. And all the games have the Triforce. They all have the same Triforce pieces. Some of them lead directly into others, or it's like, can you just settle on a I
don't know.
Can three of you just go in a room?
Isn't this more interesting? Like every generation has their own Zelda, and it's like it's not a reboot. There's still a connection.
It's just really frustrating because they don't.
Spock doesn't come in and say it's a parallel universe where the guy from Heroes is me.
They don't think it matters at all. But if someone spent their whole life playing Zelda, like I would like. And the thing is, like, 70% of them are canonical. Like, you could go, no, this, and this.
They drop in breadcrumb trails.
The blurry points are like, well, which one's actually the first? And which one's actually this one, like, Zelda 2 is the most chronologically recent, as far as I know, on the NES. And they always say Ocarina starts, but there's evidence that Minish Cap might be the first, and they just said that Skyward Sword will predate Ocarina.
Yeah,
so it's like the fact that they say some of them, but not all of them.
Maybe the chronology is arranged in a Mobius loop.
I think that's what
circular.
is happening. If somebody could tell me what a Mobius loop is,
an infinite
Ouroboros.
But I don't think. Again, I don't think they're thinking about that.
I know, and they should be.
I don't know.
It would take them a day. Just decide how they go.
No, I don't think that matters. I don't think it matters at all.
It doesn't matter as far as the quality of the games, but it's like, could you have Metroid has a defined chronology. They have laid it all out. So it's like, you guys pick and choose which games do you care about the story. Zelda's story is really cool, and it makes it seem grander. If there's a history there.
Isn't it too late for that to like tie them together officially somehow?
No, there'd
always be anachronisms.
There's enough nuggets in each one that people have already pieced together.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But I think that's more fun for me to read about how people think they piece together than for Nintendo to come out and officially link them in some way.
But then when they come out and say there isn't one. But at the same time, Aonuma.
Nothing.
Was it Aonuma who said, "Oh, we have a list. We just haven't published it." Like he said, there's a list
it all the time. Like
he said that they have internally the chronology of Zelda. They just don't tell.
I don't know. Just like
said there exists.
Having actually poured my balls into like a creative product, like it's. I'm glad they're not thinking about that because the other things they think about is what makes Zelda great.
Yeah, I agree.
We should move on. I guess. What is number?
Hey, Charlie, I like the fabric of your shirt.
Me too, Charlie.
It's a thermal shirt.
Here, show everybody on show all the listeners what you're.
I wanted to include you.
I'm actually not wearing a shirt.
No,
that's what that is.
Really? That's just your skin and.
Henry just likes my skin.
Oh my goodness.
I just wanted to include Charlie in this conversation.
Well, Charlie can talk about number 5
from Henry. Henry
Good, because I have to leave.
Number 5.
What is Bulletstorm?
I'll kill your dick!
Yeah, they're prepared.
Some of that.
You're okay. Bulletstorm, yeah. It got a 10, but
Or a tenor, as they would say.
a tenor. Got a tenor from the UK.
Tenna?
I would definitely think it was a really, really good game. I don't know if I would have given it a 10, but it definitely deserves to be on this list, even though I think a lot of people in this office disagree that haven't played it yet, maybe. Just based on the overall vibe of, like, its dick-tit jokes, and its characters are kind of silly, but the gameplay, if you just erase the entire story and the characters and...
Like Zelda.
Yeah, like Zelda. It's like I think I told Michael, it was like the opposite of L.A. Noire. It was L.A. Noire, everything but the gameplay is great, and Bulletstorm... The gameplay is great, and it's enough to carry everything else.
I think L.A. Noire's gameplay is fantastic.
Agree with Charlie. Agree with Charlie.
Has anybody in here besides me played
Although
Bulletstorm?
I would like to say that several commenters, probably who've never played another fighting game in their lives, would like us to know that Mortal Kombat is actually the best game of the year.
Yes. Yes.
Well, obviously, Brett's proven that he is stupid and doesn't know anything about Mortal Kombat.
How
so
dare you
that's
give
why
their
it's-
favorite game an 8, Brett? You
Yes.
should have read their mind.
And comparing it
Meanwhile-
to Street Fighter?
Yes.
How dare you?
How dare I?
They're
Meanwhile,
completely different games.
Meanwhile, let's see if you're all still playing Mortal Kombat next April. I just want to know.
They will be because their parents will buy them a new game.
Well, I played...
Christ.
It feels like everybody's just forgotten about Bulletstorm already, or they're just like, it's okay.
It's a
but
great
I think the
single-player
gameplay is
game.
fantastic
Yeah, me
and
too.
unique, and I would like to see another game, maybe with a better plot and better characters.
Yeah.
I like that the main character is basically Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, voiced by a guy who's done Wolverine dozens of times.
Really? I didn't know that.
Stephen Bloom's done a lot of Wolverine.
That guy,
I'll kill your dick!
that guy, incidentally, is becoming this year's Nolan North. He's like in every fucking game I've
He's
played.
Garcia Hotspur.
No, he's just he was Nolan
Garcia
North.
Hotspur.
Garcia Hotspur?
Or Garcia fucking Hotspur.
Oh, yeah.
Hunter of demons and killer of padrones like you.
I am not Padron. Oh, he called me Padron. Need excite bike.
Or something.
Yeah.
Putas? I think he calls him Puta.
Putas.
Hey there,
Hey.
Puta Claus.
Yeah, puta claus.
You are commercial premium tequila.
This is what I call a big boner. Let's take this pole for a stroll.
You are really getting into Speedy Gonzalez territory.
That's Stephen
Where'd that
Bloom's
sombrero
portrayal.
come from? Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
It's a Pokemon character, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
you're going to talk about how you're feeling sleepy.
Speaking
you know
of
what, Hank?
Pokemon.
Racism achievement unlocked. What's
I'm doing pretty good on
Wait,
achievements.
is that
these
what number
days.
4?
Speaking of
Hold on,
Pokemon.
Charlie. I want you to work with me here. Hold on. Let me prepare
Okay.
this. Let me see how good you're.
I'm not good at improvisation.
You don't have to. We have to.
What do you like to play?
Pokemon?
Pokemon! Pokemon! Pokemon with the pokey and the man and the thing where the guy comes out into the thing and he makes the fall out of that.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Poor man.
You're welcome.
That's another joke the family got
Shouldn't make
ripped
fun of
off
people
like
that have had
within the
strokes.
same year.
Yeah, let's not open that
Okay,
can of worms.
Henry. Okay.
What? The Simpsons did that joke like 15 fucking years ago.
Yeah, I know. And then within a year, Family Guy did that same joke. And
Right?
it wasn't
Not
as
talking
funny.
about Family Guy.
No.
Ooh, I'm husky. You're husky.
that is chronologically impossible.
And he makes the fall out of that.
With the hippin' and the hoppin' and the bippin' and the boppin'.
All right,
That's about 10 years.
No, you're
separated.
thinking of a different
Christ.
time.
Nobody
Oh my
gives
God.
a shit.
Henry, you know about Pokemon. Could you please talk about...
Yes, please.
I really like Pokemon quite a lot.
Pokemon!
All right, number 3.
Black and White was a lot of fun.
I
They made a
know.
lot of
Doesn't-
important improvements to the series. It was only new Pokemon you could catch in the beginning, so it was like almost like a whole like a reboot of the franchise. Particularly, it made all these important fixes to the series, and while still being on the DS, it was a lot of fun.
Well, I liked all the animations they added to the battle, so they don't seem so static. It's
Yeah.
little touches.
You see Pokemon Goatsy today? That was pretty
Yes,
good.
it
too.
is.
What is that
Pretty
from?
Amazing.
from the game.
From Goatsy.
That's
Is
what
it
the
from Black
old
and
man
White?
looks like bending over.
He just looks like he's pulling
He's
his
bending
butthole
over. Yeah.
But I did ask, I was
He's an old
trying to...
man with a wrench back.
I had Pokemon and Zelda 3D on the list. I said,
Pokemon!
which one to put first? And I asked Brett and Carol, and they were like, "Oh, well, Zelda's remake." But they never gave a good reason for having Pokemon earlier.
Yeah, I know.
They just said Zelda's
It's
remake. I was like,
awesome.
"Well, isn't Pokemon?
It's a substantial
isn't
upgrade.
Pokemon? Is every Pokemon just a remake of the last Pokemon?" And then
Well,
nobody
you're
answered it.
showing your ignorance
They just,
here.
they, oh,
Charlie.
but then everybody I said that just went. Pfft. But they never actually had a response.
Well, it's because I was waiting for no one to be talking.
That's like explaining jazz, man.
Christ. How
You
did
gotta
we
get into it to know why Pokemon's...
You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. Let's just go.
All right, Henry.
It's also got the best story of any Pokemon game to date. Like,
That's
best
fun.
Graphics.
It is.
Tons
it
of
is.
fixes. It's really great.
No,
Really.
Black and White is good shit.
Does it have the best sound design of any Pokemon?
Sure.
Henry, in summation.
What do you like to play?
Pokemon.
Pokemon?
We have something else,
game
I'm
that I
assuming.
also had problems with.
Which
but
one?
it was still good.
Dead Space 2.
Wow, I don't know why I had so much problems finding
Yeah,
sounds
Dead
for this.
Space 2.
I think
Here's my sound.
Dead Space 2. Wow.
Whoa.
Henry's very passionate about this, but I will say that I think Dead Space 2 is better than Dead Space 1 in every way, except for that last horrible running away from the monsters that can't be killed.
Well,
If you just run, it's about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
it's 30 minutes if you're doing it right.
I felt like the last 2 hours was
Usually I'm not
pretty
penalized
garbage.
that much just by discovering
No,
something in a
it
game.
It was just that one section, though.
Well, the last 2 hours
terrible.
have some real dragging parts
Yeah.
of just like walk into a room, like 5 guys explode out, and one gets you, and you're like, and then you walk into it a second time, and then it's all the same guys exploding from the exact same
exactly
places,
the same.
and it gets laborious.
Everybody, Mike Grimm was giving me shit about it, and if you die at any point, did you not die the most at that point?
Yeah.
And then you realize like Dead Space is like just you have to go. You know where the guys are
It
going
turns
to be.
into memorization.
Yes, you cross like you know what tile you have to step over to where this thing will execute, and you just have to deal with it again. And like that part's not my problem. It's the guy behind me who keeps coming after me.
And
Yeah,
just
there
the
was a
fact
guy behind you.
The game is designed to get cheap shots, and it's like that's not scary. That's frustrating. I'm not. Oh my god, somebody's behind me. I just want to.
So why is Dead Space 2 good?
There's a lot of the like almost all of it. I can't believe that it's so. I'm so frustrated by the last bit. It overshadows how great.
I still
the
think
rest
that,
of the game is.
but that
I'm
segment,
sorry.
but the ending, I found way more enjoyable than the ending of Dead Space 1. I thought that last boss fight in Dead Space 1 sucked. Hated it.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
Well, you weren't the one trying to randomly kill vapor aliens, trying to get weapons which don't.
You came in with a bad loadout.
Yeah, that don't fall with any kind of regularity. Like I killed the first 16 nothing. Like and then this way, I'm just running in circles waiting to get.
I really like that the Dead Space 2 really stepped it up with action set pieces. Like those were really cool.
Like when you're the bit where you're readjusting the solar thing.
Pretty.
That's really cool. And the second sun's out there, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or when
Who
you
gives a shit about gravitational wells?
Or when you're hanging upside down from a train shooting guys, that was really cool.
That's cool.
Or when you're in anti-gravity and that giant monster dude isn't letting you go. And
I just like the environments, but too. I like the school was really creepy. I like the mall area was really big and
the daycare was
epic
so
feeling.
Cool. Yeah,
and Isaac was actually a really likable character.
Isaac really came into his own for being
instead of having that stupid what's her face from the first she's one of our annoying nags from top 7. We had Ellie, who was really likable as well.
Yeah, Ellie was great, and also like in the first Dead Space, it was him just be like you'd complete a task, and then someone would say, "Hey, that's good. Well, let's turn the key. That didn't work either. Well, why don't you go this other place?"
Yeah.
And then Isaac says nothing and does as he's told.
I also loved the entire chapter back on the Ishimura.
Yeah, that was
all
amazing.
of that was really
because
cool.
it held back for
was
so
really cool.
long.
Yes,
like nothing happened.
It played like I felt Dead
Wow.
Space should, where it's like it
Yeah.
was tension, and I was actually like, Jesus, when is something gonna fucking happen? And then when it did, it meant something.
And that there was like evidence of people having been there
Yeah.
since. I don't know, it was
Also,
crazy.
spoiler warning,
Yeah,
but it's not for 6 months. I like that he saved someone. Ellie lived. My biggest sadness is about I think the first game that I think darkened a lot of people on it was like Isaac fails to save anyone but himself. Like everyone dies, and the one person he came to save was dead before he got there. Like it's just such a dark ending.
And it implies that what kind of life he's going to have now. He's just going to be haunted by ghosts.
Yeah.
Well, Henry, it is Dead Space.
But
that's why I was so glad he overcame his grief. He finally let her go, killed her, basically killed his memory, and like made a new friend at the very least. I don't know. They didn't really play up like that they could be love interests. I'm sure they will be, but it was they didn't go crazy with it.
But also didn't sex her up. She just was a normal fucking woman without a huge rack, and like, oh my god, save me.
And she lost an eyeball.
And she lost an eye.
Yeah, but man, that's why I love
harsh.
When she got in the eye, like I thought, oh, she's a giant victim now, and then she's beating the shit out of that guy who took her eye. Like that was great.
So lots of great moments, and even as frustrated as I got, I did the PS3 version instead of 360 because it came with Extraction, which is really good to play through once, but not twice. I still have like 89% of the trophies.
Yeah,
which is like the equivalent of getting like 890 points. Like I played through it maybe three times. I don't remember.
I did it 2.5 times. I did
it
quite
3.
You played Dead Space 2 3 times?
Yes.
Whoa.
Because it was once you beat it once, you get to restart with all that cool shit. So I went to get one achievement.
What is it? Plus something
like
New
that.
Game Plus.
New Game Plus.
Yeah,
nice.
and I don't know, just
the
underlying gameplay of just shooting the necromorphs, blowing shit off of their limb, like that's really satisfying.
Yeah.
And despite all the problems I had, and I actually thought the final boss battle was really fun. And I know I'm kind of in the minority considering I hated the last hour, and then I thought that boss battle was actually kind of cool.
I love
and it was meaningful
firing ammo into a cyclone.
It was important.
All right,
number 2.
Dead Space 2. Wow.
Number 2.
We should just insert like recorded audio from Matt Keys later into this part.
Oh dear.
2. What am I fighting for?
That's not The Witcher. Here's my only other Witcher sound effect.
The Witcher 2 got a high score from Games Radar.
That's not pulled from the game.
There you go.
Michael Raparez, Witcher 2.
What about it?
I don't know. Just wanted to see if you had something to say.
Nope.
Having the iPad really emphasizes that you're literally just reading webcomics while we're doing this.
I
don't care.
I know you can have sexy sex in the game.
That's important.
We were fapping. I don't even know if that fap ever went live.
Oh yeah, I don't think it did.
Just whereas we sat there and listened to this discussion between the in-game characters and Tyler Nagata. It felt like being stoned. Tyler Nagata just turns to me. Lore. And we lost our minds, and maybe if they didn't approve it, that might have been why we just started cracking up.
Oh, because it was some pre-release build, wasn't it? For
I
Witcher?
can't even.
The Witcher 2.
Because it was hooked up to some crazy computer over there.
But
I was trying to make sure every game that we've given a 10 this year was on the list, except for Little Big Planet 2, which Michael said was horrible and should not be on the list.
That's why I gave it a 10.
There
Charlie.
he is.
You gave it a 10 for fans of Little Big Planet.
Where is this spite coming from?
I don't know.
Where were you when Little Big Planet 2 needed a defender? Needed someone in its corner.
I was not playing it anymore.
Where were you?
Because
where were you?
He didn't defend it because he's not a Little Big Planet.
You could have been the Sack Man.
Sack Boy.
Sack Man.
No.
You could have been the Sack Dad.
No.
The sack.
Also, we don't need it anymore because we have Disney Universe now.
There you go.
Boy.
Yes, angering fans of both.
And he makes the fall.
But anyway, none of us here have played The Witcher 2 or know anything about it. But I went over to talk to people that have, a.k.a. Matt
Well,
Keys.
you have spells, and you throw fire, and
And I said, does it deserve to be number 2? And he's like, yes.
Yay!
That sound effect reminds me of
the Family Guy
of the Smurfs.
Jesus,
have you been seeing these Smurf ads around town, man?
Yes.
One that's hilarious.
It really sounds it sounds profane when you say it, Henry.
Smurf.
I've seen these Smurf ads.
I've seen
it was
one.
been Pride Week. They, there's other things. To
I've
call
seen
them.
one. I saw one that was hilarious, where it was Papa Smurf, who's not normally a funny character, was wearing sunglasses. I mean, come on.
Put a 10
That's
on
not
that.
what he'd normally do.
Wait, how do we get
Andy
to this?
Rooney, everybody. TV's Andy Rooney.
Hey.
Henry Rooney. I like it. What is this Smurfs anyway? I didn't like it the first time when I was 80.
I know exactly what the Smurfs are.
I know.
And then what's the next cut when it cuts back to him at the end of the show? I have always loved Smurfs since I was a child.
It doesn't look like I'm having a stroke, but
I have been since 76. Number 1?
Number one.
Super Mario World.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Number 1 is.
I don't think anybody can guess number 1. We don't even have to talk about it.
Oh, Prottle. Wait,
Prottle.
I do have a sound. Can I play it first before anybody says a fucking word? Thank you.
Shit bastard motherfucker.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Cheryl. She
That's
doesn't
all
work.
Shit bastard motherfucker. Shit
Yeah.
I can't believe you got her to say that stuff.
Gladys? It's in the game somewhere.
I'm just saying, strip the DVD of all the data. And
Carolyn.
No, I like the old sound effects. These are the ones that Tyler Wilde got me before he died and worked somewhere else. My favorite sound of all. I just love it.
Federal regulations require me to warn you that this next test chamber is looking pretty good.
Love it. That's really good.
Love that.
That's a pretty great game.
That was the top 7.
I still haven't done the co-op missions, but I mean...
Me neither. You want to do them?
I was waiting for Carolyn, but I've been waiting for 3 months.
I have a lot of time.
Let me check on that.
I think you'll need a game first.
I think it's the game.
I think it's going to be... This is the game to beat for Game of the Year.
No,
really
I thoroughly enjoyed the single player, and even though it is, 6 hours or 5 hours, whatever it was.
It lasted longer than that.
7? I don't remember.
I felt like it was 8 hours.
I don't remember because it was 30 years ago. But what I was playing, it's like I'll happily pay $60 if every minute of that 8 hours is better than a 60-hour game that's pretty okay.
And also, the co-op is completely separate, but also sort of connected to the story, but equally awesome as the campaign, like just as good.
Puzzles were brilliant as ever. The character, there's only 4 characters, and they're all great.
Perfect.
All great.
That's what great. It's like the first game that kept it just to Shell and GLaDOS. It's like, oh no, they're adding more characters. They're gonna ruin it. And then, nope, these characters are just as good as those other two characters.
Yeah, but they're different though too. That like Wheatley is so different from GLaDOS.
So perfectly paced. So it's the exact amount of everything you need. No more, no less.
Well, technically it's 6 characters. Because you've got Atlas and Peabody, too. Although they don't talk. But neither does Chell.
They do appear in the campaign.
Yeah, I guess if Chell counts as a character, so Atlas.
And what about the Oracle turret? Does that count as a character?
The what?
Or what about the faulty turrets?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, the faulty turrets are a new character.
But I don't know. It's
Singular new character.
Would you say Portal 2 is better than Portal 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if Portal 1 is our best game of all time, does that make Portal 2 the new best game of all time?
Clearly.
It maybe does. Maybe it does.
We have to go revise that list now. Move everything up.
We should revise everything else too. We should probably take off all the Zeldas.
But, Mortal Kombat is the one.
The 2011 Mortal Kombat needs to be on the 100 best. It's a perfectly good game. What do you understand about an 8?
Now more people have played.
The 8 part.
Now more people have played Donkey Kong 94, so maybe that should move up in the list.
Dude, get that shit on your 3DS.
We got Zelda on there. Shit, that game's great.
Which one?
Ocarina of Time. Like, why couldn't we put Donkey Kong 94? It was the best game of 2011.
It wasn't a remake.
So? It was a little bit remade.
No.
The original version, fuck it.
The original version had Super Game Boy support, which this one doesn't.
Well, the original version didn't have 2 black bars on the side to maintain the aspect ratio.
It plays as
Changes
if you only.
the game.
It plays as if you put it into a black and white Game Boy.
Changes the game.
Fun fact about that. Whenever the what princess is this? Is that Daisy?
It's not a princess.
It's
Pauline, right? Derp.
Is it still Pauline? Okay.
When in the Game Boy version,
I know you're not. On the podcast.
In the Game Boy version,
it made me feel good though. Have Henry knowingly nod at me for getting Nintendo information right.
The Game Boy version, which is the one on the 3DS shop. When she says help, it's just me. But if you use the Super Game Boy, it actually added her actual voice going, help,
really?
help.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, I never knew that.
On the Super Nintendo, you actually got a voiced help.
Does that make it more powerful?
Fun fact.
It's not the version built into the adapter.
Something about it would know you had it plugged into the Super Game Boy. Well, it already did that because
it's weird. But that means it came with that hard.
It did because all the Game Boy games that were Super Game Boy compatible, which you plugged into your Super Nintendo, had both versions. That when you plugged it into a Super Game Boy,
we might need to do a little bit of research here.
It would know and put the colors because the Game Boy Donkey Kong for Game Boy had 256 colors on the screen, so it actually had it.
That was their flagship Super Game Boy game.
It was kind of launched the Super Game Boy. Whereas default Game Boy games that you put in only got a palette of 4 colors that you could choose as you saw fit.
Yeah,
but
they got that early day of TNT where like, we're going to colorize King Kong. Like that's 3 colors.
Yeah.
Like and he's green. This is unacceptable. And I had a sound effect of Popeye and Donkey. I don't remember what the fuck is it.
So the number 1 game was.
Oh yeah.
Number 1 game was King Kong.
King of Kong, the greatest game of all time.
Yes.
Still to this day, looking pretty good. Should we? I wanted
Let's
to
go.
bring up. Wow, I didn't know anything about the Supreme Court decision, but it's like it's the 10th thing in the world my dad's ever texted me about.
Or the first 9.
Kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal, right? Like if my dad's looking at it, then it's probably you don't have to bring it. We'll maybe play the Daily Show clip in the middle.
I had a couple things to say about it.
Please go, Hank.
What am I fighting for?
Well, we were
what are you fighting for?
We were fighting for games to be recognized as protected speech. Like, at the root of it really is the ESRB good enough as a self-governing body like the MPAA, or do they need laws to enforce them instead? Which they don't do for music or videos.
It's like an FDA. I think they were treating it like a Nerf product.
They want it, yeah. Well, really.
Well, if you're Leland Yee, you think that video games are just as harmful as cigarettes and firearms and booze and pornography, and deserves to be treated the same way.
All of which we use in every podcast.
This took 6 years, though. This got instituted in 2005 and never enforced because it was challenged immediately. This was like, when you think of how much money was wasted on this thing because Leland Yee and other losers had to support use it as a soapbox.
I'd say you could use that in an anti-Schwarzenegger campaign, but it lasted so long he's out of office now.
He's out of office and knocking up maids.
You know what's funny was that it was originally Schwarzenegger versus the EMA.
Yeah, but you watch how you say that man's name.
I can't believe
the last 2 syllables.
I can't believe the EMA got Hulk Hogan.
But then
Hulk Hogan.
But then by the time the decision came down, they had to rename it because we have a new governor, so it's Brown versus EMA, which makes it sound like a very important Supreme Court decision.
I wonder how Jerry Brown felt about having his name on that.
Did he want to inherit that?
Well, he had to. It's part
Can
of the
he not just say, fuck this, never mind?
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Well, even if he had, the Supreme Court case needs to fucking happen. It needed to go through the Supreme Court, that they said, no, video games are protected speech. And, of course, Leland Yee and his cronies are like, oh, but they're just siding on with corporations.
Yeah.
This is just another decision against the people in favor of big business. I'm waving my arms like Kermit when I say this.
Yeah, well, the defenders of the bill would say that it's not censorship. They're just enforcing rules that other people don't bother to.
Yeah.
That's what
Which
they
is
would say.
censorship.
Which is censorship. With I think a rider that for jail time. If you sell a game to a minor,
there's definitely a $1,000 fine was involved.
Well, it's the same thing. Like if you sneak in as a 15-year-old to go see a rated R, to battle a jellyfish at a rated R movie when you're 15.
What does that have to do with anything we're talking
about? Nothing happens. You get kicked out.
Yeah, you get kicked out. It's like, can a retailer not just say no?
Well, it's sad to me.
I got no power. The thing is that a lot of people are under the impression, are under the illusion that movie ratings are like a legal thing. Like you legally cannot go see an R-rated movie, which is bullshit.
Yeah,
that is a policy enforced by the MPAA and the theaters.
It is totally legal,
but the fact that so many people assume it's illegal shows how effective it has been in all of our upbringing. Like the idea of sneaking into a rated R movie is like, oh fuck, I don't know.
Like AMC, Lowe's, Cinemark. There's like three movie theater companies left in the universe, and they all adhere to this. But they all adhere to this law, and like in this country, GameStop is it, and they adhere to this law too. So we think it's or not. Target. It's not even a law. It's just it's not a law.
Right. Toys R Us. When I was at Toys R Us, I don't know if you guys knew this, but
big boy.
We did the same thing. Like it would literally, if you scan a game, it will prompt you on the register. You cannot continue in the transaction unless you. Are they 17? You have to hit yes or no. It's like, yes, someone could just skip it, but it's like, what else can you do other than fire the person who's not scanning?
Hey, we're going down to the Toys R Us. They don't card on games. We're going to get all the unrated games we can. God, that'd be awesome. Let's go do this.
Jesus.
Let's go get The Witcher 2.
I've been carded for getting M-rated games.
That is literally like 13-year-old you. It's fucking incredible.
Fuck yeah.
It's
fucking gray in my beard. I've been carded.
Pussies after we're done playing Doom. It's gonna be awesome. This dude's gonna buy us beer. Yeah.
It's just it's sad. And another thing that frustrated me that I wrote the news story about it today, but I didn't get a chance to mention.
Gosselin?
I didn't get a chance to mention it in the news story, but like when I checked what other places were reporting, like you could see Game Site said First Amendment upheld, right? Freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah.
Declared unconstitutional. That's my favorite
that too.
headline.
Well, meanwhile, when I went to ABC News, their headline was, I'm paraphrasing, but Supreme Court defeats violent video game ban. Strikes down. They had to use violent video games in every headline. That's what about. And of course, they had an image of someone buying a GTA 4 with a fucking 18 logo on it, meaning it was a British copy, which has nothing to do with American sales in the American Supreme Court.
That's what research is like in most news. When I was at ABC, they had to ask me every single is this a game or is this like a calculator?
You're lucky. You're lucky they understand what anything that isn't Pac-Man is. It's just kind of like they see something like Grand Theft Auto. It's like, this is photorealistic. Like, no, it fucking isn't.
They're teaching children how to be murderers.
Really? I just
with jetpacks and how to sell drugs.
It just makes me think are all these opportunistic and reactionary people, are they the ones that cannot tell the difference between they see it and they're like, I can't even tell that's a video game.
Yes,
because you haven't looked in 30 years.
It's dying down. It's almost over. We're gonna live.
Where's the floating cherries?
Maybe not me, but you guys. We're gonna live. You're gonna live through this. You're gonna live through this whole it'll never be brought up again.
Are you gonna live to see Brave?
What is that, 2012?
Yeah, it's
summer 2012.
None of us are going to live to see that. You know better.
You have The Hobbit, you have Dark Knight Rises.
Then next Star Trek.
Arkham
City. Really don't want to be cognizant. Why isn't there some place where you can just go, hey, could you shut my brain off for 4 months?
I know, that'd be great.
Just for 4 months.
Yeah.
You need the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah. One of my favorites was, remember that sketch from Saturday Night Live,
Nope.
What was it? It was like NyQuil,
Unless
but it put you to
Shark.
sleep for all of flu season, 3 months, and then
with the beard. He
woke up with
Chris Hibernal. It is Hibernal,
and it's just like a giant bucket of NyQuil.
You'll live off of stored body fat. Wait, well, I'll try and find Hibernal to play during the break.
You've got Captain America to look forward to.
Well, I'm excited about it. These guys hate it, and I'm
the new trailer.
I'm not saying I disagree because I do. I have to listen to what you guys are saying because you're the authorities, and the fact that you don't like it really hurts me. But I have liked most of the promotional material thus far.
Just not digging it.
The most
I don't like Pipsqueak Chris Evans.
Well, it just looks so fake. But so do his muscles when he gets super soldiered.
And somebody had the balls to tell me the game was good today. I couldn't.
Yes, somebody did have those balls.
How dare that liar?
Exactly. You play it. You can call me a liar.
Can we say that you played it?
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything specific.
You said surprisingly. You said it's better than you think.
It is much better than you think, considering that all Sega Marvel games have been utter shit.
And I won't say what, but what you compared it to makes me very suspicious of you.
Well, other people have already written previews comparing it, so it's basically a poor man's Arkham Asylum.
LVP of 10, LA Noire is.
I swear to God,
now the Captain America game is.
Yeah, it's almost like our tastes don't line up perfectly. I don't even know what to do.
He's got he's got a plastic shield somewhere he was bought off with
No, I'm excited.
Some Hasbro swag.
I'm not intimating in any way it is as good as Arkham Asylum, but it takes some very clear cues from it. It is very clearly an Arkham Asylum. I hesitate to say ripoff because it's actually they actually tried. It's the developer.
It's next level.
Punch Out.
So does Captain America wander around dark corridors picking up clues and?
Actually, yes.
Why?
Because he's got to figure out what the Nazis are up to.
Why a comic book character did something?
You know,
how would Captain America be doing what Batman does?
I played it at a preview event, and the nicest thing I could think about was this is not as broken as Thor.
Well, that video that GameSpot posted, their direct feed.
I sent that around again.
The Nazi arcade.
The Nazi arcade.
Yeah.
God, who did that? It was really good.
He throws one shield in the whole
thing, but the computer's rigged to explode with 8 people at it.
Also, that preview event, it was being repped by 2 German people who then posed with the movie shield. And I really wanted to say to them, hey, wait, you shouldn't be posing with this shield.
Henry.
I don't want to sound like an ugly American,
Henry.
but you guys should not be posing with this shield.
Yeah,
here's the thing,
filthy red skulls.
You're fighting Hydra, not Nazis, but they look so much like Wolfenstein Nazis that the distinction is academic.
Those aren't Nazis.
And they all talk in
Wait,
German.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are not Nazis.
Those aren't Nazis.
I am fucking.
They're all German. They all look like Nazis. They have black logos on red banners.
I've only seen, I guess, the opening, and it just looks like stepping that first building in Inglourious Bastards. It's just stepping into that
swastikas. You can't have them, man.
Speaking of Nazis, did you hear that Cars 2 has a car getting gassed by German cars?
What?
Knockout gassed.
Mike Grimm confirms.
Don't ruin it, Henry.
Yeah, we're all gonna go see
German cars try to kill Mater with gas.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
Also,
if I can add a headline,
they tell him he's going into a car wash first.
So would you say Cars?
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, Michael!
He's allowed.
God, we gotta go to break now.
That's
This is
terrible.
ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
Game deals. This is a Lemons remix from Cave Johnson. We're gonna Michael. God,
New releases, maybe.
Michael
maybe some new
may or may
releases.
not be employed.
I cannot believe that.
Yeah.
Alright, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Don't make lemonade. Make life. Take the lemons back. Take the lemons back. Get mad. Take the lemons back. Get mad. Get mad. I want your damn lemons. I want your damn lemons. Damn lemons. Damn lemons. I want your damn lemons.
Hey, this is Chris Hardwick, and you're listening to TalkRadar on GamesRadar.com. Yay, you!
Yes, the legislative branch comes through again.
Mom, keep reading.
Quimby's cozying up to that sleazy video game producer. That really burns my beehive.
I must hasten home to play my new carjacking game. Give me your ride, jerk.
Nat, are you hurt?
Nothing a smile and some medical attention can't fix. That video game's gonna turn every kid in town into Stabby Sams and Drive-By Bettys.
Mom, I know how you could get that game banned.
How?
This manual tells us how to use superpowers.
You mean I can talk to whales like Aquaman? Or do whatever Hawkman does?
No, Mom. You have the power to convince crowds to do whatever you want.
Just like Oprah. Okay, let's stop that video game.
Hey, does anybody want to listen to the rest of this motherfucking podcast?
Yeah!
TalkRadar 161 is
looking pretty good.
Right, sing hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're gonna dance all our cares away. Sing hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day.
Jesus.
God, I like Nintendo, and shut up, everybody.
Pride Day really affected you.
What? It's Judy. Who could not
Judy,
say
I know.
Judy.
Judy.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
What the hell are we doing now?
New releases,
New
I guess?
releases.
I'd like to begin with Carolyn reviewed Mystery Case Files, the Malgrave incident.
She had a good time with that.
Look at the picture. The picture she used for
that picture, yeah.
content stream image.
It's in a game?
A classy picture of a...
That's a classy dame. Look at that bird sitting there. Give me
that
the
bird with
eyes.
a black and white photo.
Looks like out of L.A. Noire, maybe.
It's a point-and-click adventure. The only reason we reviewed it in-house is because it's published by Nintendo, and I was like, well, all right, well, then let's go ahead and review it if it's published by Nintendo, not like some bargain bin junk. And I didn't play it, but she did all weekend, and I sat there in a very distraught state most of Sunday and watched her play this, and it was so relaxing. And like, as far as point and click silly, it's an item hunt where you're scanning an image. It's like Myst, basically.
One of the things is not like the other?
No, it's like Myst where you're navigating a 3D environment. But it's well done. The music is fantastic. It's all orchestrated. And I mean, as far as that shit goes, it's pretty good. I was very surprised. It's a very no one here gives a shit at all. But like, if you don't mind that kind of game, it's not a bad choice.
Cool.
I did see a news story that I wanted to mention that Zelda Ocarina sold 20%. It sold to 20% of 3DS owners in the UK. So 1/5 of the people own a 3DS.
I expected more than that.
Yeah, I'd expect more. Strangely.
Well, if you like how many fucking Xbox 360s are there out there? What do you think?
80,000.
80,000.
80,000. No,
80 million.
I think it's like 50. Off the top of my head, I think it's like 50. In the US.
A fifth of people don't own Modern Warfare 2.
Maybe in the US.
They don't.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah,
they don't. We know how much that game.
But the numbers are so much smaller now. Like, there's barely 1 million people who have a 3DS.
Also, thanks to Zelda, the 3DS finally surpassed the PSP in sales in Japan for the first time in a long time.
Oh, and per week?
Yeah, per week sale thing. It's sad the 3DS is at least finally getting together. I think it's fall. You know, with you got Mario, you got Icarus, and you got Mario Kart, which will surely sell 6 million copies.
We got a game Brett played. Oh yeah,
no. You had a sound from it.
3DS. Well, you can get free excitement.
So yeah, over the weekend I reviewed.
Can you explain to me the appeal of that game?
Excitebike?
Yes, I've always tried to understand it.
Well, I mean, which button are you using, A or B? This could throw off your entire game.
I'm not sure.
Use A.
It came out.
Use A,
and then B most of the time
is a tempered clutch, and then B you will overheat. But you want to throw B as much as you can until the very second.
You also want to angle the bike in midair, back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Lean back.
It has a timeless quality because it's just a notch above. It does sort of look like all the old Atari games that are kind of unplayable, but it's got just a couple of things that keep it fresh. And I don't know. There's still something to Excitebike. It's free. Who the fuck cares?
And it's free now.
Don't make me apologize or play the whole song again like I'm the fucking mini bosses. But Brett reviewed his 3DS game.
Yeah, Mercenaries 3D.
Resident Evil, The Mercenaries 3D.
God, I pushed start and I'm like, he's not gonna say the whole thing. He's not the whole. Oh my God, he said the whole every time you push start.
He accidentally said the whole.
So I heard a rumor today that game only ever lets you use one save file, and that you can't delete it.
There's save data, and it's auto saving, and you cannot delete the save or modify the save ever. So if you wanted to start fresh, you can't.
But you don't really need to.
You don't. That gets into what the game is, which is the Mercenaries mode from 4 and 5, converted to 3D, which doesn't matter, but converted to a handheld, which is more important. And as a handheld game, that idea works very well. The idea of just playing a couple of missions, getting time, trying to get a better score, that's cool. But it tries to set up this mission structure, of which the first half doesn't matter, because they're not true Mercenaries modes. They're just like, kill 10 enemies in this time amount, and then you do it, and it takes no effort whatsoever. Level 4 of the fucking mission structure is where the actual Mercenaries modes begin, where you start with 2 minutes, and then the more time
the better you do, the better, more combos you rack up, and kills you get. You add time to your clock.
Yeah, it's all about stringing combos together, using melee kills to get extra time, getting the time bonuses to keep the time stretched out, so you can kill more enemies to get a higher score. But also be aware that the longer you're alive, the bigger enemies show up. And if you die, you don't get any points. So it's like this balance of like, do I keep pushing it? Do I keep trying to get more and more time? Or am I comfortable with this score and I'll just run out the clock? Like it's a great balance, and that's a lot of fun. But that's all that's in this game. And there's several missions to play, but they're all just survive.
I thought it was kind of ridiculous.
And it really is like a stopgap before Resident Evil Revelations.
It totally
the real
is.
Game.
People were upset when they charged $5 for the DLC for Resident Evil 5. This is a $40 game.
Yeah,
with ultimately, more of that.
It's more of that. There's more characters and more maps than the console versions. So there's more stuff, and there are perks that you can unlock now that change. Like your guns become stronger, your healing becomes stronger, and if you level them up via playing and earning skill points, they get various effects. Like now, if I heal, my partner gets healed too, because you can play many of the levels co-op, either locally or online, and that works fine. But I mean, if you're playing online, you can't talk to the friend.
But so it's still basically a $40 challenge mode.
It's a $40 challenge mode. But it's hard to score that though, because I like Mercenaries and it's fun, and while I'm playing it, I'm having fun. But the big problem is, there's no online leaderboards. There's no way to share that score you're getting, which it made sense when it was a mode.
I think it's a raw deal.
It is. I'm getting the shaft again in the end. Mr. Show.
I know, I got it.
And so
I forgot the band's name.
Wicked Scepter.
Wicked Scepter. I went as them for Halloween.
Get in the shaft again.
Yeah.
Get it in the air.
Close up the show with that if you'd like. No, we have a closer. Go ahead.
But it's like, it is fun, but I can't. What's the point of me getting all these perks, playing it again? And I even was able to beat the game 5 hours. Unlocked the EX modes, which are all incredibly difficult, but even that I'm almost done with as of right now.
Wow.
I don't have like S ranks on it or anything, but like I'm finishing them, and while I could dig into this and decide which perks work best and really figure out which character I want to use and make a strategy for this level, which I can do, like what's the point of, in 2011 on a handheld system that's connected to the internet, what's the point of getting all these crazy scores and pulling off all these crazy feats? I can't share it with anyone. I can't record the clip. I can't record the score. It's just this. All I have is I have to literally camera 3DS. Look, I got a high score. It's not 1986. I don't give a shit. Like, it should be a leaderboard.
I do sort of like Mercenaries mode, but I don't think it's
like, I'm fine.
Resident Evil doesn't have the best controls.
No,
and like it's still. I don't know. This is sort of.
In a few months, it'll be like $20. I bet.
Yeah, it's like it is. It's fun because Mercenaries at its core is a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
But it's a good side mission. It's a good distraction from the main game to go. Yeah, I'll just play some Mercenaries for a little bit. Or me and my friend will try to play. We'll alternate and try to get better scores. That was in 2005. It's 2011, and you launched it as its own game on a handheld system with other than the perks,
$40.
which I completed over half the game using 0 perks and getting A and S ranks and double S ranks. Which is funny when you're getting A and then a double S, because then it says ass.
It's like a button. It's like a button.
But then there's the added problem, like if you wanted to buy the game used, like in a month or a year, it will have all that save data on there.
And that's what I think it is.
You won't actually have to play the game.
Yeah, you can't have the feeling of unlocking anything.
Most DS games come with like a total memory clear ability, I remember.
Nope. No, that's what's weird. And somebody pointed that out. It's like Capcom assured people they'd be able to sell, trade in, or buy the game used, which I don't think anybody's done. I assure you'll be able to play this game used, as if you just did it. You just won't actually.
No, there's an actual thing in the instruction book that says asterisk italics note. Save data in this game cannot be
erased. So you buy a game, you will pick it up with the progress everybody else has got.
But
you start at the beginning.
I know, even in like Advance Wars, it said like hold down like left, right, and press right again.
There's
like,
probably a way.
It's a total complete wipe.
Probably a way.
Right, and I feel like they would have even shown us that if you want to. But the fact that they're going out of their way.
Oh, if you hold the cart up to a magnet.
Yes, that'll
very
do it.
powerful magnet.
That'll do it. So I don't know.
There's my Resident Evil card.
Jesus Christ!
I don't think that actually works on flash memory.
Sorry.
I got Wiki Paras.
I think, this just seems like Capcom out to make a quick buck.
It is definitely that. Like, what's there is
That's
not.
what I mentioned. And like to you, is this just like, okay, game companies, we all know mobile gaming is the future. Nintendo wants to charge $40 for every game. Let's just start doing that. Promote our brands. Get the fuck out of it. Start doing that.
It's $40 like if this were on iPhone, it would be $10.
$40 for Monkey Ball.
Yes.
$2 for more on iPhone. $2
and the
for
3D
more.
aspect is unnecessary. It doesn't add a goddamn thing.
I turned it off immediately.
I turned it off immediately, but even still, like you noticed this, you called it out right away. Like
it's really
from
weird.
far away, randomly, enemies will like jitter and
like
stutter.
Twisted Metal-esque. Like what the fuck is going on?
Like
back
they'll just
there?
flicker and like disappear and reappear in front of you, and like there's just some bugginess going on.
When they back away, they they lose several dozen frames of animation.
Yeah,
like
it's
when
weird.
they move far away from you,
and it's not consistent. Like if you're looking at them from across the map and you see them, they'll just like and now they're like halfway. They covered half that distance.
I do like the Mercenaries mode, but I didn't like it that much here. I really did.
It's also hard to play in a handheld because my fingers get fucking cramped. Like you have a claw because you're always holding R to raise your gun.
Raise your gun.
And why?
Like I wouldn't want to walk around with my gun drawn in a map solely designed to be in a fucking survival mode with zombies.
Yeah.
But how do I turn around quickly? You hold down and I'm using the analog stick.
Isn't it still the old Resident Evil rule of like feet planted in place when you pull out your gun?
Yeah. There's no moving around, and like
you can stand still, but also if while you're holding R, you hold L, you can't actually move while you shoot.
Oh,
really?
But it's just like a strafe. Like you can't then further adjust the line of the laser sight.
I ran into problems because like if you uppercut people, or zombies, you get to kneel, or you stomp down like. Momentarily down zombies, you get a point bonus.
The melee kills.
A point bonus, but like the Y button is used to jump over things, collect ammo.
Yeah.
Stomp, uppercut, neck break, and
like
you can barely move, barely see what you're doing. And I'm like, say I'm up against a fence with an ammo box and a downed enemy and a very alive enemy.
Yeah.
And I press Y, like I don't know which one it's going to do. It just shows up on the screen like very big.
It seems to prioritize attacking the enemy, a melee kill.
It does.
But I've had other times where I open up a treasure chest.
It's just obnoxious. Like why did I don't know. I got the feeling of like, why do they bring this here?
Yeah.
Why do they do this?
It's a very strange game. I mean, I don't know. I had fun playing it, but it's just such a weird bargain. I don't know what I'm scoring it yet because I'm still writing it, but it's out tomorrow. I was thinking a 6 because it's 6 to us is okay, and I think it's okay.
It's not a bad game.
It's not a bad game. It's just like there's a lot of
I find the
weird
pricing really annoying.
The price is kind of indefensible.
It's unsettling.
Like if there were online leaderboards, I could at least make the argument. Well,
you could at
it's
least
a score
care about your millisecond or something.
But
like that.
it doesn't matter at all. And also just the navigation is like when you finish a level, you just are immediately taken out of it and you're back to the main menu. Like that requires reloading the next level if you want to continue, or replay the same level to maybe get a better score. Like, the point of the game, like, when you finish a level, it should have this option in the menu that's like, retry, next mission, main menu. Which do you want to do? Nope, back out. You want to do this mission again? You gotta select to do this again. Do you want to pick a different level? You gotta go over to mission select. Scroll down the list of missions. Select the new mission. Back to the main menu. Then hit execute mission. There's so much menu. There's so much menu surfing.
Sorry, sweetie. But I don't think we can talk.
Then we're done. We're done.
Proportionately, we've talked about the game too long for how long
I know. It's the biggest game this week.
No, it's fucking Hank's game.
Well, I haven't even played it yet, but it's Galaga Legions DX.
I was talking about Shadows of the Damned.
That was last week.
Whatever.
Yeah, try to keep
Where'd your review go up?
Friday.
Fucking midnight Saturday
in
Australia.
It went up Friday. Maybe not UK Friday, which is when it came out in the UK.
My Facebook friend Lee S. He posted he wanted to hear about some storybook aspect.
Oh,
and I don't. You said you didn't want to spoil it.
It's a really cool part. I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Well, I only have sounds.
Yeah, okay.
Look at this! We're flat as paper! It's like we're in our very own toy theatre. No one toys with me.
Henry doesn't want to spoil it. I wanted you to give
That is kind of a big spoiler.
Is it? Well, I mean,
a little bit. Like, I had no idea that was going to happen.
But you don't know what's actually happening right now. And I just thought the sound effects were
I can guess by the audio exactly what's happening.
Hysterical. Like a whole new way to kill things. Yes, it's fucking hysterical.
It reminds me of such great old cartoons, like super old cartoons with such a weird flavor to it. I don't know.
Henry didn't want to read too much into it. I think it's really funny. Last one, fine. I was trying to figure out what this. What's that from? What's that noise from?
Know.
God damn it!
I remember it from.
It's not an EA game, but it seems like
a laser toy as a kid.
Oh shit! That stupid robot. Have you poured water on the top would blow smoke at you?
What?
I look. I can't start being. It's like an 80s, 90s little robot guy. Twirled around in circles, had little pinchers. You had a thing on the top of his head. You'd press a button and you'd do stuff. Shit! Somebody help me out.
This wasn't a dream you had?
It wasn't a dream.
If you could see it,
I've forgotten how to dream.
You're not thinking of Big Red, the Saturday Night Live toy?
I'm not thinking of no more Big Red parodies. I'm not confusing them with real things.
1980s SNL references.
Big Red. Put the goop in the helmet.
He's big, big, big.
I remember.
I wasn't going to sing it.
And he's red, red, red. What else happened?
What about
what else can
Did you like Shadows of the Darn?
I
love Colin Blow.
No, Shadows of the Damned. Yeah, I loved it. I gave it a 9. Some people, were counting against it that it has some parts are a little repetitive. some parts are a little too tough, and some parts like
juvenile.
Well, no, I love that. I don't think anybody complains that it's too juvenile because it's just too enjoyable. But also that there really isn't any replayability. Like, you can go back and play through it on hard mode, but
it's like Vanquish.
You don't even get but you don't even get a new game plus or challenge rooms like Vanquish. But I think I made Vanquish one of the better thans in my feature.
I enjoyed the shit out of Vanquish.
I haven't played.
And I as well. Then you need to play.
I played
Vanquish.
a bunch of it at E3 and in the
play some fucking Vanquish.
It'll be done in an afternoon.
Yeah, it takes like 6 hours to play through. Come on.
Vanquish is so much.
Got the time. Don't worry about me. I'll play the game.
But
I'll play everything you
play
want.
it now.
I'll play
right now while we're watching. Start now.
Vanquish is more fun to play than Shadows of the Damned, but I like the world of Shadows of the Damned more than Vanquish. Like, Vanquish had a lot of lame characters and obvious plot.
I can take a hit off the Excitebike theme and just get right back into podcast.
Anyway, Shadows of the Damned is really great. You should buy it. Support this game that's not getting advertised at all.
Yeah.
Why did he?
I can't believe that they're bothering to put. It's like, you guys didn't do anything.
It just seems like one of those things, like the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie. Like, did you just do this so nobody else could?
No, it's an EA Partners game. It's not EA published. It's EA Partners.
Yeah, I know when we loaded it up that one time, it had its own EA logo.
Yeah,
it's
weird. EA Partners. It is weird that it comes before Grasshopper Manufacturer.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, this game got announced like in 2009. Just like Suda51 said, "Hey, me and Shinji Mikami are making a game for EA Partners. I won't say anything else about it." And then it wasn't until Tokyo Game Show of last year that they first showed it off. Like they didn't even preview it for like a year, which is standard.
You liked it and you thought it should have gone the best games of 2011 so far.
It maybe coulda.
I think it should have. From what you've told me, like you look actually very excited about it. Like you didn't think it was going to be this fun.
No, I'm excited to play it. I'm just waiting to get my copy in the mail.
No, it's
the mail.
It's a lot of fun. It's
delivered by a dinosaur.
If I had played Bayonetta, I might have compared it. If I had played Bayonetta, I might have compared it to it because it also feels like an ex-Capcom game because it is a lot of Capcom cast-offs, just like Bayonetta.
It feels like Sin City, like a response to the system. Like
this
is what you want, fucking bosses. I'm gonna tongue in cheek give you just what you want. Without you bossing me around.
It's technically the most mainstream game he's ever made, but it's still super weird.
It's very like Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, except you can shoot and walk, and
it is pretty impressive.
And there's so many dick jokes, man. It's just, but they keep it simple, and you drink tequila, and you shoot guys in the face and kick them in the dick. It's just
some of the jokes, like that seems like it would be funnier on paper than it is.
Oh, they say it out loud.
Like like, how do you know that? That's super secret demon information. It's like, not according to the internet.
Okay, sort of what I hate about it. Like, most of the voice actors in these games are too good, and they're not comedic voice actors, so they just like, I don't know, they read the line like verbatim and don't present a humorous context. That's what I hate about humor in games in general.
I think it's not funny at first, but it overwhelms you with dick jokes that you eventually start laughing
I'm sure. I know there's something redeeming in this game from what I've seen. I cannot wait. You let me borrow a copy of it.
Well, I brought back the Office copy because I bought my own copy because I want to support the game, and I think everybody should. Though I think if you wait not too long, it'll be in our game deals section pretty soon, I'm betting.
Should I do? Is that your good segue into game deal?
Let's do it.
Wait,
Oh, good. You're still alive and kicking. Now it's time for the real thing.
You wanted me to get it, Elster. What is it?
It's that.
What was that?
That's Mercenaries, where like there's a mode where you're fighting. It's the boss from RE5 that was like the bat monster with the soft tail. You had to KO.
Yeah, I remember that stupid thing.
I barely remember that.
Everybody does. Even when I saw it, I'm like,
oh
yeah. But yeah, when you see it, like such a Japanese line of dialogue. This is it, the big fish. It's like,
a big
what?
No one's gonna play
because only Japanese people eat fish.
Save a little money for a rainy day.
What are you buying?
Hey, I brought him back for a Resident Evil game. This is like I rolled news stories into game deals. Does
What?
they count? Yes. PSP dual packs for $15. 2 games, 2 UMDs for $15. Siphon Filter, Logan Shadow, and Killzone Liberation.
Wow.
What the fuck? $15.
All the franchises we don't know what to do with.
Isn't Killzone Liberation free as part of the welcome back package now?
Good God.
I don't know. There
I
was
forget a Siphon
a
Filter
goose
is.
walked into the fucking studio.
All right.
Sorry.
It really is amazing how much Siphon Filter has defined itself without anybody noticing on PSP. As a series
it got
again.
really good and nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
A lot of people are probably thinking like, man, they should bring back Siphon Filter and
it's like, you weren't paying attention.
I did. I'm not done yet. We have Secret Agent Clank and Daxter, also $15.
That's a good combo.
And Siphon Filter. Siphon Filter. I feel like I'm saying the name wrong.
Siphon
Filter.
Siphon.
The Siphon. I'm gonna. Yes.
It's 2 things like siphon and filter.
The
You
Apple
siphon
Siphon.
gas, and then
I'm not good at this. I never
It's
proclaimed
spelled
to
with
be.
a Y, which Siphon isn't. It's
Siphon
Filter.
It was the name of the virus in the first game.
Yeah, whatever. Everybody should be doing this, but Resistance is on sale.
Resistance 2?
1 and 2.
Oh, wow.
for $15?
$40 for both. Maybe less. We'll see next week.
Wait,
You win some, you lose some.
I sent you a list of game deals.
You sent me some game deals. I'll get to those.
Chris.
Okay. All right.
Henry,
Chris, you need to play some
this
Excite
one.
Bike. Excite Bike.
Henry, this one will appeal to you. Buddy. Yeah, buy UFC Trainer for $360 at Best Buy, and you'll get Undisputed free O-Charge.
Undisputed 2011?
I don't know. Yeah.
Jesus.
That makes my throat hurt.
One of those games that you like about hurting people for no reason, Bloodsports.
I wouldn't play a UFC trainer, though.
And I'm only bringing this up. Best Buy has all the Thor games for $19.99, including the Way Forward DS.
Oh, it's the only one worth.
Is it worth $19? I looked at it like.
Yeah, when you said that, my immediate thought was like, they will give you all the Thor games for $14.99. Like, here's the 360, PS3, DS.
I mean, eventually, you're like
$14.99.
You're 6 months ahead of yourself.
Just take it. I can't stand it.
Wait for the DVD release. That's when you'll get it for that much.
You're sick. Yeah, when like the Italian shop owner of Best Buy starts throwing them at vagrants to get them away. Get away from my store! He starts throwing copies of Thor.
Why is he Italian?
Get away from my Best Buy! I try and make nice place for the people, and you come right here with you. All right, that's probably
So yeah, imagine like a little fruit stand that's somehow labeled Best Buy.
Go away! Get away from the LED televisions. They're mine.
Yeah, so who is it?
They're mine. We also have Kmart has.
Remember that Nickelodeon cartoon about the guys cracking the egg with the spoon? And then he ends up cracking the ceiling of his own house because it's him banging.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because he's like, so who is it?
Who is
Because he thinks it's someone knocking at the door. But
I remember
it's him
that.
eating an egg on his desk.
Oh my! I gotta find that.
Yes,
Post
Michael knew
about
what it was right away.
on the blog my girlfriend and I built.
It's all right, Chris. You can do it.
Is it all still in her name?
Somewhat.
Are you going to have to transfer
Maybe
the
some
rights?
of the monetization.
Uh-oh.
No.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
Oh god.
It's not.
It hurts.
It's not hopeless though. It's not 100%. It's not 100% over, right? There's like a 1% chance.
I don't know.
You got to make a grand gesture.
Maybe if I got a raise and my dick grew and I became more attractive.
I will grant. I'll grant any 2.
Okay.
But not all 3. Well, let's get this started. Let's get this started.
$39.99 at Kmart. It's your store. You'll get a $50.
Who knew sadness would bring so much happiness?
You'll get a $50 gift card.
Ow!
When you buy the Black Ops PS3 bundle. Good for bullets. You'll also get my PS3. Get 2 greatest hits games free. That's Killzone and stuff. I don't. Somebody else do this, Michael. Take it over.
Where are we?
We're at Toys R Us.
Toys R Us, buy one, get 40% off all games up to $19.99 until 7/2.
Reminds me of her. Even Toys R Us.
And has until 25% off all clearance games.
She loved things on clearance.
Did she love Ubi, too? Because most of the Ubi 3DS games are $15.99
at Toys R Us.
Wow.
Which, if you can find the Ghost Recon one, is totally worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that one was on the list.
She would have loved Rayman is kind of
Rayman was the Splinter Cell game that's for 3DS. Was
$15.99 is about what Rayman deserves, because that is like what, a 11-year-old game?
11-year-old game.
Ugh.
Yeah, so Rayman 2 for 3DS is worth $15.99.
My girlfriend would have loved Ghost Recon.
I doubt it.
I don't.
Yeah.
So.
Don't kid yourself.
Should I close out game deals?
Maybe.
I would like to add to remember to, if you're a PS3 owner,
Fortress is free.
Squash is on sale.
Squash is on sale.
I'd like to remind everyone to redeem their 2 free games from Sony, because I didn't remember until last week because of the PSN outage.
You need to subscribe and get your Platinum Nintendo Awards very soon.
Oh yeah, fuck! I gotta
Club Nintendo
register
points.
up to Platinum before the end of this month.
Shit, I gotta do that.
You gotta move fast.
You need a 3DS and the 4 games you bought on Wii, and you'll be fine.
Take my advice, do as I say. Save a little money for a rainy day.
Donald was single.
Unless that money came from Amazon ads in the name of your
I thought
girlfriend.
he had Daisy. And he was...
I didn't order off again.
Maybe.
Did Scrooge ever have a...
No!
Yeah, and look how happy he is.
He replaced something else with another thing. Loved other things.
He kind of loved his nephews after they...
No,
he appreciated them.
He tolerated
I'm
them.
not sure if you had a girlfriend, you'd finance superheroes, right?
I feel like there was one episode where an old flame of his showed up on DuckTales.
And that's your chance.
And then, of course, there was Morgan, what's-her-face.
Bless my bagpipe.
Lispell, something.
Morgan
I'm done
Lispell.
playing. I'm done playing
This
this.
is Morgan.
I'm really impressed.
I
I really want to
Magica Dispel.
I cannot wait to go home. She's from the. Can't wait to go home and just have a good cry. It's going to be so much fun.
Boy.
Make sure you cry. Make sure you cry into a pillow. You can really scream real good.
I don't know. I feel like I should just like I'm in a stockade and like close my neck in the window and just do it at the street.
The important thing is to close yourself in a dark room and remember that you're the only one who's ever gone through this.
Yes. Yes. Most importantly,
Yes. No one can relate.
you don't understand. We had something.
Can I suggest a good breakup album?
Please.
The Beck one, Sea Change. He wrote
I have
that,
Sea Change.
He wrote that
dude.
after breaking up with Winona Ryder. And so
Also, Limp Bizkit's significant other, which he wrote after breaking up with somebody.
But I think that's like,
I did it
especially
all for the nookie.
the Beck song, Guess I'm Doing Fine, is like one of my favorite sad songs. Like, there's a bluebird at the window.
People love it when you do that.
I can't hear the song it sings.
You want to take us out, Henry? You want to go with the original song?
Nah.
All right.
You should listen to that song.
We're thinking of starting a adversarial Paddle Swap Ninja band. We just do songs and release them and have them be more awesome.
Like Down with LBP.
And I believe Hank's... What was this? The parody of Wham's...
Wham's Jitterbug about Doodle Jump.
Doodle Jump.
What would you write about Doodle Jump?
Oh, we put
Doodle
the phone right into your head. And then you...
You move it back and forth and jump up and down. Then you put on a propeller hat. And then you fly past the monster and you jump on its head.
It's only 99
This
cents
is
in the
only
store.
funny if you record it live, and whatever you come up with is the song.
That should be our challenge next week. We shall try and do that.
Doodle jump into my mouth.
I think we should do that next week. Those will be our intros and outros. Improvised parody songs. Based solely on the title, which, fuck, Paddle Swap Ninja's gone this far off that.
What better than Whose Line Is It Anyway?
All right.
A reading rainbow.
I don't have anything else to say.
I think we're good.
Let's end it before. Let's want to talk about some random topic. Random topics. You
I
didn't
feel
see
like
Cars 2?
None of us
No.
saw any movies to
All
talk
right.
about.
No, I saw Super 8 and... yeah, no.
There was a weird thing over drinks, though, where we found out a lot of people at the office hadn't seen Mr. Show yet, which is, like, crazy.
And let me guess, Mike Grimm hated it.
Oh, boy, does he. Even though he's never seen it, he's like,
it's great that a new boss, like Mike Grimm's, like, playing, I am Captain Contrarian, the SS, I hate everything, and, like, Louie, the guy's so overrated. All he talks about is his kids, and, like, Mike Grimm.
Everything she
Mike Grimm.
Yeah, Annette, our new boss, was saying to him, like, no, South Park is still barely brilliant. And he's like, I don't watch that shit. So full of himself, such a reductive idea, and bleh.
But he hasn't watched it in like 7 years.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's Mike Grimm. He's beautiful. He's a beautiful man.
Yes.
I don't know why he doesn't
He's a
do
lovable
this more.
Like Charlie hasn't seen Mr. Show.
What I don't get about Charlie, and he was not in here, so we can't accost him for this. Charlie's the only asshole in this building. Well, in Games Radar, who he takes his recommendations very seriously. He only wants to watch quality stuff. He doesn't like to waste his time with shit that I might like. But he has glowing recommendations from Chris, Michael, me, Henry, Tyler Nagata, for fucking Venture Brothers.
Mike Grimm, too.
And Mike Grimm,
Mike Grimm
for Venture Brothers, and yet he still resists. He's watched. He's watched.
People
He's
just
like,
see it as
no,
just a cartoon.
I like things that have a continuity. I don't like
does.
Adult Swim
It's
gags.
ridiculous.
It's like Venture Brothers.
That's the opposite.
And he's watched the fucking pilot, not the pilot, but the first episode, Dia de los Dangerous.
Yeah.
And he's watched
that's not
the
fair.
Gargantua 1 episode, which I think is the worst episode in that entire series.
The worst episode of the whole
And if I'd stopped watching it there, I would think Venture Brothers is a crappy show. And I keep telling him, watch fucking Ghosts of the Sargasso.
Oh, God,
that is one
that.
of the best episodes. If you do not like that, then no, you will not like the rest of the
I remember
series.
every line of that. Yes, I've lost my locator, and yes, I recognize the irony.
I prefer...
Just watch the whole first season. Like give the show a chance. Like it builds on. Season 2 is maybe the best season of television in the last.
Time to go home now.
In the last 10 years, season 2 of Venture Brothers.
Well, I also, the episode that got me was Ice Station Impossible, because, like, I love a parody of the Fantastic Four,
right?
And I love that, like,
oh god,
and it's Colbert.
And that they play Mr. Fantastic as a borderline sociopath, like, who only loves science, and such a good show.
For me, it was
Charlie would give it a
Dia
shot.
de los Dangerous.
Yeah,
that was the one that did it for me. The fucking
It was a
chupacabra.
good-
the Chupacabra and the bit with Brock slamming into all the Monarch's henchmen at the end.
Hit
Like,
me with a truck.
you can watch that and think, I don't want to watch this show anymore. I'll give it one more chance. Oh man, it's a shitty space station episode. Well, I'm done.
Yeah.
The Space Station episode, one of my favorite Dean jokes ever, where he was trying to say, like, this is, well, what would Giant Boy Detective do? And then, like, Hank slaps it out of his hand, like, Giant Boy Detective didn't have to deal with his dad being dead.
Actually, I take it back. That is not the worst episode. It's the worst episode to watch in the first season. It like, if you watch it, like, having seen the rest and knowing the canon and being familiar with it, then it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But if that's part of your introduction to the series, then yeah, it sucks.
I think Bud Manstrong isn't funny, and I think the other episode he was in was even less funny.
Wish we could close this on an Adventure
I like
Brothers
the
song
Lincoln
now.
stuff.
Oh, yeah, but that was him.
Keep talking.
Whatever.
We're Adventure Brothers talking.
Nah, we're done.
What is wrong with your headphones?
They gotta be really loud.
I put them on now. There was one that was up.
That's better. It was unbearably loud.
Fine, we'll leave.
But taking us out,
please
Zelda.
tell me the name of the song. It was all in Japanese.
Oh yeah, damn it! I don't know the actual name of this.
I couldn't tell at all.
Taking us out is this great. What? This Ocarina of Time remix that popped up. It's about a week old, but it just started making the rounds on the internet today. In 3D.
I'm trying to load
so it's all in Japanese, but it's uploaded by The World 0502. It's just Ocarina of Time. What song is this mimicking?
Fuck, it's a classic song.
It's
a public domain song. I don't know. The one that's in every Problem Child movie trailer.
What is that? Does anybody know?
Battle of 1812.
You know, they usually associate with the can. I don't really know what the song
Well,
is.
it's that all with Ocarina of Time sound effects. It's fucking nuts, but then it's so well done. I can't read the name because it's in Japanese.
I don't know what we're going to do next week for a podcast. I feel like we've done everything.
It's this Friday even.
I feel like I'm done.
Well, you got 2 days to think of something.
Thanks, Hank.
I will have a feature on Thursday that will be good for conversation.
Okay. All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey!